Hey, welcome to another episode, Mastery Wins. My name is Matt Witz. Today, I'm going to be talking about the voices that are holding you back. You know, these external voices, the naysayers, and sometimes we think that it's a lot of those people that we surround ourselves with that do have a heavy influence on the way that we act and the things that we do. And those voices lead the choices. Well, what I want to get into detail about that I've found and kind of been stewing on here, and the voices that are really making the biggest impact are the internal voices, the voices that are inside your head, the things that you're saying to yourself. And maybe this is not for you, but for me, I find that I'm my biggest critic, and there's a lot of situations where I beat myself up too bad, or I scare myself out of doing things that I could easily do, where I'm building up these monsters, if you will, these people that are out there that are gonna not like me or something like that. If I put out a video or I put out a music or I do something out of character, I'm concerned about what other people are gonna think. But then I realize that it's not what the other people out there think, and I've known that. What I didn't catch until recently, as I became conscious of it, those are the voices and the conditioning and the programming that I've given myself. And that internal program is kind of coming out and saying, hey, they're, like the old Carrie movie, they're all going to laugh at you. People aren't going to agree with you. What are people going to think of you when you say this? And all those people are imaginary. So be careful with the voices, because they lead the choices. So also recognizing where those voices are coming from, right? I believe we're made up of two parts, positive, negative, and you can, put that however you want, right? God, the devil, the flesh, and your soul, right? Or the flesh and the spirit, whatever you want to call it. But there are positive and negative voices that are within us. So when you're getting these voices that are governing your choices, think about where those are coming from. Are those coming from the negative side or the positive side? Because we shouldn't be influenced by negativity and try to eliminate that as much as possible. And if we could find the root of where it's coming from, then we can cure the problem. So now the external voices, right? We'll talk about the external voices. That's the noise around you, the things that you're listening to, what you're intaking on a regular basis. That has a major impact on your internal voices, because those internal voices just didn't get there by themselves. But then what happens is those internal voices take over the actual program and they govern your choices. So what can we do to fight against this? Well, one is becoming conscious of those voices as they come up and replace them. So when it says, oh, I'm worried about doing that, or hey, what are going to people think? You just say, who's saying that? I'm not worried about what those people think. It's what I think and what I'm going to do that's going to make a difference. And I think this is a great idea, so I'm going to do it. And then you can proceed. But you have to acknowledge when these thoughts of mediocrity or whatever it is that are suppressing you from being who you want to be, kick that voice to the side and replace it with positivity. So when you're getting those negative vibes, those negative thoughts, replace them with positive ones. I've talked about this many times, and I always will, because it's an ongoing challenge for most of the world, I believe. And the more of them you become conscious of and you start correcting these little small things one at a time, it's going to lead to big changes. So I hope that this helps you in some way, shape, or form, and please share it. If it did help you at all or made sense, or you got something out of this, please hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.